Hello. Share. Hi. All right. My voice quality close to the microphone. All right.
Yes.
Enabled. How is everybody?
Good. Wonderful, thanks.
Oh, good. You can hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, Sheila. Good night.
Uh, okay, good. It's um it's telling me that my voice quality is poor, but can everybody see that blue First Communion meeting 2025?
Yes,
Yep,
ma'am.
it's
Okay, good.
there.
Alrighty. Good. I'm sharing it well then.
Okay.
Anywho.
All right.
All right. Let's
Or is it
see.
all too much? So much to learn, so much to do? Yes, I can help you. Yes, indeed. I know exactly what you need.
Uh, that's funny. All right. I'm not seeing too many people on here. I don't think. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, there's quite a few. Okay, good. All right. Well, we'll get started. Thanks for coming, everyone. It's pretty amazing that we are as far into the year as we are. Um, there's our beautiful church before the tower started collapsing a bit. Not collapsing, but falling apart. It's not doing so hot, but we're over halfway done with the program. Only 7 classes left before this it's all over, and you guys are going to be heading down the altar for first communion. So the first thing we're going to talk about is first reconciliation. Typically, we would have had this done by now, but we're still trying to feel out Father Hurley, still trying to figure out exactly what his schedule will be, what he wanted to do with any reconciliation. Um, he's decided that through the month of January, he's going to continue to do the Saturday afternoons just before the 4 o'clock mass. But as of February 1st, he's going to go to Saturday mornings. So if you go to that link, you can go to the Sign Up Genius link at the time to sign up for a time slot. If you go to that, you'll see all the slots that are offered. He can handle his schedule with the other regulars at Reconciliation can handle about 4 students per session. So that's what you're gonna see. You'll see a couple of other kids maybe at the time. He's opened up Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. So for those of you who might have busy sports schedules or something like that, that might be a great option for you. So if you go to that link, you'll see lots of different options through mid-February-ish. To be fair to everybody, please only sign up for one time slot. Once you've signed up, you have that date. You will be getting nothing from me. It's all automated from uh, Sign Up Genius. So once you're in it, you're in it. 2 days prior to your selected date, you're going to get an email reminder that's generated from them, and they're going to tell you 2 days your time is coming up. If for whatever reason you can't make your chosen time slot or miss it, an illness or forgot, whatever, you can go back into Sign Up Genius and look for another open date. If there are no other open slots to choose from, you're going to have to make an appointment directly with Father Hurley to complete this requirement. He can be reached through the office, but it's, he takes this pretty seriously. So he wants everybody to get it done. So, he will make an appointment with you. It may be like after a mass or something, but that's between you and him. I can't. Once it gets to that point, it's beyond me. So, when you get to your appointed time over at the confessionals, if does everybody know where those are? They're over by the choir. Typically, you will see a bunch of people sitting in those pews right in front of the confessionals, right near the organ. All you have to do when you get there is ask the group, who's the last person? Who do I go after? Or who does my child go after? Everybody who's over there is really nice. And they will tell you, "Oh, I'm the last one. You can go after me." Or more often than not, those guys will say, "Oh, you can go next. You can go first." So they don't make you wait. They're very sensitive to that, and they're just really nice people. I mean, I guess if you're going to confession willingly, you're probably pretty nice anyway. So your student will come out of the session with a card that indicates that they've completed the sacrament. You will have to fill it out, like what's your child's name, the date, and the name of the priest who did it. They may or may not sign it. It depends on who's sitting there. Father Walsh is pretty down with that. He'll sign it, or Father Jim, if he happens to do it. Father Hurley hasn't done this with us yet, so he may not be, he may just be trying to get through people as opposed to doing administrative stuff. So you may have to fill that in. But they'll get that inside the confessional so that it'll, prove that they've gotten in there at least. So once you've filled that out, just put it into the donation box like you do mass quizzes, and that'll take care of that. So, does anybody have any
The wives and
questions
girlfriend.
about that? No? Okay, moving
Are
on.
you sending the presentation after just because we can't click on the link that's in there?
Right, you can't
Okay.
yet, but yes, immediately after this thing, I've created a PDF that you'll be able to go in there and choose the dates that you want. In
Great.
fact, you're going to be getting a series of links for different things. And when you click on there is like a landing page. If you're looking at it through with a laptop or a desktop, you'll be able to see it very clearly. But if you're looking at it through a phone, you might have to, there is like a drop-down menu to the landing page, so you'll be able to choose which one you want to go on. And as we go through this presentation, you'll be able to see what links will be offered to you. This is the first of two sacraments that your child was received this year. So, if you could kind of dress accordingly, Sunday best, or and on the Saturday dates, if that's what you choose in the afternoon, attend Mass after reconciliation. It's a pretty good feeling, and you come out of it spiritually squeaky clean, so it's kind of nice. Sometimes your kids may feel a little anxious, and it might help that you, the parent, go to confession and that they see you do that. So you would be able to receive reconciliation too. And more than likely, the people who are already there, the regulars, will let you go in there after, before they do. So it's a pretty nice group over there. So it's all self-directed. Chris Ritchie on a Saturday may be over there, so he might be able to help you out too. I won't be there generally because there's only so many hours in a week that you can fit 40-ish hours into, and reconciliation doesn't fit there, unfortunately. So that's if you have any questions about that, certainly drop me an email and let me know. But that's pretty much all I got on First Reconciliation. The next thing that we've got coming up after reconciliation is our First Communion retreat. It's our walk with Jesus. If you have older kids and they've received their First Communion, you may have done this already with them. So you know really how great this program is. It's March 29th. It's the morning of, that's a Saturday. It doesn't take that long. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes to go through the whole thing from your start time.
Hey,
There
right
is
here.
rolling. I'm sorry. Does somebody have a question? Okay. There's rolling start times through the morning every 20 minutes, and you can sign up for your time slot there on that link when I send it to you. There's a limit of 12 students plus a parent or an adult in each time slot. So you don't have to worry about.
Hi guys.
Does somebody have a question? Hello? Um,
Hi guys.
so there's a limit of 12 students plus the parent or the adult in each time slot. Don't worry about what your friend is doing or what your child's friend is doing for the retreat. I'm sorry, could you guys mute that? Yeah, could you guys mute that, please?
It's Mary Ann. The name says Mary Ann. She
Okay.
may not know she's not muted.
I think she probably doesn't. Marianne? Yeah, could you just mute your, there we go, I think. So anyway, don't worry about what your child's friend is doing. Nope, she's muted.
Sheila, you may have control to mute her. If you go to the top of her name, there's 3 dots. You may have the ability to actually hit mute on her.
All right, I'll have to look for that. Mary.
Are you guys dying to eat something good? Or did you have a lot of good food on that cruise? Huh?
There we go. Mute. There we go. All right. Whew, that's better. So, don't worry about what your child's friend is doing. All you need to do is be concerned with the time slot. All the interaction with the Walk with Jesus is the grown up to the child. There isn't a whole lot of interaction with all the kids. There's some, of course, but it's not enough to be like, I've got to be with Johnny. So don't worry about that. If you have younger siblings, we're looking if you guys would get a sitter for that hour or so, because if they do it as as youngsters, they're going to miss out on some pretty nifty experience to begin with, or when it's their turn. So please just get a sitter or leave them with someone else. Both parents don't have to come, but it's nice if they do. So let's see. Next. Students who are older than grade 7 who need their first communion, and we do have a few actually. You'll be asked to volunteer with this retreat instead of being in the audience with the younger kids. A lot of it is very geared towards younger kids, so while you would get something out of it, it's not the same. You want to be with your peers. So if you didn't attend the November retreat that we had for the older kids, you'll be able to do the middle school retreat in February. So if your child falls into this, kind of situation, just let me know. Send me an email and I will send you a link for them to be able to volunteer and for more information about this. Does everybody good with that? All right, I'm going with yeah. All right, First Communion, mass dates and times. The official dates are through the months of May and June 2025, Saturday, May 3rd through Sunday, June 15th. Mass times are Saturdays 4 p.m. or Sundays 10 or 11:30 a.m. You'll be able to look at the links. You'll be able, when this goes to you guys. That link is live. We don't have to wait for it. So when you sign up, you are signing up for your student. So you're just, if you have one child that's receiving First Communion, you're just going to take one time slot. You're not going to sign up your entire family. There will be a pew reserved for each family that can accommodate 6 people comfortably. This includes families with multiple children. You'll get each, it's per family, not per child. Please make sure all your guests arrive on time prior to the Mass because it's where you will be sitting, which is the very first rows. It'll be too disruptive for to seat that person. So make sure that your guests are timely. And if you need more than that pew, you might want to send people ahead of you to pick out where they want to seat, where they want to sit. That one pew is already reserved, so don't put them in, don't tell them to sit there. Tell them to find another spot. That one is already ready for you. Again, to be fair to everybody, just sign up for one time slot. Unfortunately, we don't have any wait list for any of the masses, so you'll have to keep checking back to see if your preferred date and mass time has opened up. Once you have signed up and you have the date and time, again, because it's through Sign Up Genius, you'll get no confirmation from me. You have it. A few days prior to your selected date, there will be a reminder email reminding you of your day and time slot. If you don't get your first choice right away, do not worry. More than likely, you will get at least the weekend that you're looking for. I find that people rush to get a date right away, and then all of a sudden, the soccer and lacrosse schedules come out, or the scout schedule, or whatever, and all of a sudden, everybody's kind of scrambling around to try and figure out another time. Their initial choice didn't work out. So keep going back to that, and see if there's any, and if whatever it is, the date that you want opens up. If there's any special considerations, like if your child has gluten-free diet, if Nana has a gluten-free diet, there's mobilities, there's elders, whatever the case may be, let me know and we can seat them or, anticipate giving them a gluten-free host or, the front pews where you guys will be generally have like if we have to accommodate a wheelchair or a walker or something like that or somebody needs to be near the bathroom, we can work with you on that, but I can't the day of. I would have to know ahead of time and then I can make the adjustments that are needed. So if you do have any when you sign up for the Mass, note it on the sign up and I'll follow up with a phone call to get additional details and we'll work it out. We'll make everybody comfortable receiving communion. So First Communion attire. I love this picture. It's kind of old. The kids in it are probably are close to high school, if not in high school in this, but it just shows the variety of great outfits that people come up with. Some of them are pretty formal with a suit jacket, white dress. Others are just a shirt and tie. We've got the white suits in there. We've got the New England Classic with the navy jacket and the khaki bottoms. I really don't care what they wear as long as Tom Brady and Gronkowski do not show up. No cleats, no sports shirts. We're we're doing this right. We have a lending wardrobe here. It's the only one in the area that I'm aware of. I do put it out. I'm going to be putting it out on the 12th, by the 12th. So I let our people look it over, see if there's any dresses. There's a lot of dresses in there with tags on there. There's suit coats that are literally been worn once. It's really it's I don't know why anybody would go purchase something for something you're going to wear for 40 minutes for a mass for the length of a mass. But it's a lending wardrobe. So if you find something that works, hang on to it, keep it until you're done using it, and then bring it back. Just make sure it's clean and ready for the next kid to wear. We keep it here in the parish hall. It will be in the lobby right outside the office window there for a little bit, and then we move it into the hall afterwards. So definitely take a look through that. We are accepting donations. If you've got some older kids that have outgrown their stuff, we are looking for sport coats, white shirts, belts, shoes, ties, dress pants for the boys, and as well as dresses, veils, shoes, and accessories for girls. As far as the dresses go, we're looking for more updated dresses. Recently I've been getting people must be cleaning out their closets because I've been getting a lot of things that look like something out of Little House on the Prairie or just very scratchy material. If your kid's not going to wear it, probably nobody else will. So, you can take care of that. It can be, you can either burn it or dispose of it yourself. Or if you just can't bring yourself to do it, fine, I'll take it. But yeah, if somebody from your family isn't going to wear it, probably not. It won't hang on those hangers for long. So, um, there are different places you can get First Communion gifts and items. Glastonbury Abbey, which is up in Hingham, it's actually a pretty nifty place to visit. They have a bookstore. They have all sorts of things that you can take a look at and support. You have to go to their website and see what their hours are. They've got limited hours, so I don't know what they are over the winter, but um, there's actually their chapel there is actually rather interesting. If you're familiar with the author Tommy DePola, he does a lot of children's books, but he did some painting there at the Abbey. He did some it's behind the altar there. It's lovely, and if you get a chance to look, please do. Prospect Hill in Brockton, they have an annual First Communion dress sale. This is their latest ad. They do have one for boys as well, but that generally isn't until February. I couldn't find any information on that one, so all I've got is the girls, and that's this month. So if you want to go, have the say yes to the dress kind of day for communion stuff, that might be a good local place to go to that has specifically communion dresses. Again, I really don't care where you come up, where you get your stuff, as long as your student is feeling good and ready to meet Jesus, that's really all I care about. We've gotten some pretty wacky stuff out, come through, but you know what? Those guys feel like $1 million. So that's really all I want. Um, as far as the dresses go, modest. We're not, we don't want to do, it's not like little bridezillas or anything. We just nice modest dress that will get them down the aisle and feeling good. Um, so this might be a good place to try on stuff. At least you'll get a good idea about what's out there and that sort of thing. It'd be a nice day. Um, Leading up to the big day, we have to do a spreadsheet so that we submit to the archdiocese. That does include different information. If you look at that second bullet there, we're looking for their complete baptismal name. So if your child's name is Daniel, we want Daniel, not Danny. We need to know what that name is. First name, middle name, last name, date of birth, the place of birth, the town and the state. I don't need to know that it was like Beth Israel Hospital, but just Plymouth, Mass, or Boston, Mass, or Weymouth, whatever, wherever it was that that child was born. The date, the place of their baptism, the date of their baptism, full address, father's name and mother's maiden name. I know some families are not together anymore, or you know, on the verge. Um, but there's no denying that there is another parent, so we do need both names. If by mid-March we need any missing information, one of the office assistants, either Mary or Phyllis, will be contacting you to get whatever missing information is needed. But you can go into your My Own Church account, the one that you use to register your kids for classes, and you should be able to get, you know, fill in the blanks. So that's a big piece of it. Um, Prep get leading up to the big day again. Attend Ash Wednesday Mass, which is this year March 5th. We'll have the 8, 4:30, and 7 o'clock masses and start your Lenten charts. It's important. They are on a journey with Jesus at this point. Kind of reaffirm it and put some visuals with it. Get a chart. Maybe, you know, one of those projects where you make a clay crown and each thorn is a good deed or something. There's lots of information out there. If you have trouble and you want me to help you figure out what your family might like to do, I can certainly help you with that. Attend the Easter egg hunt, which is is Holy Saturday, the day before Easter. That's the 19th this year of April at 12 p.m. There is registration required for this event, so go to that link to do that. It's a super fun event. We have such a great time. The families are so eager to be outside, and we, you know, more than likely will be outside at that point in the year. But if there is a problem with the weather, we certainly have the capability of moving it inside, so it's a rain or shine event. But it's a lot of fun to do. So, but we want to know that you're coming. We want to have enough stuff for everybody. So please register ahead of time for that. Oh, this was kind of nifty. We had a meeting this morning with the Arts and Environment Ministry, and those are the people who do the altar decorations, who help put the church together, who helped make the centerpieces to give to the Fund for the Needy clients when they picked up their turkeys this year, this Thanksgiving. They're the ones who helped put together the candles for the Masses of Remembrance. They're really a great group of people. And they would like to make boutonnieres or wrist corsages for your children. You see those couple of rogues right there with their boutonnieres. The ones that the art and environment people will make will be white with some green so that it'll match whatever anybody's wearing. And there will also be a charm on it like those two guys have. And they can keep that for a keepsake. So once you guys sign up for your masses, we will be able to figure out, you know, from each mass, do we need a boutonniere or do we need a wrist corsage? So we'll figure it out from there once everybody has nailed down the dates that they'd like to do, and we'll have them there at the time of your the First Communion. So that I thought was kind of nice. So next, keep going to mass. Go to mass. Go to mass. Go to mass. Weekend masses are Saturdays 4, Sundays at 8, 10, and 11:30. Ash Wednesday is March 5th. If you attend in May, you'll be able to see other students receiving their First Communion so you can see how it's done. It's really not tough. I'm not about rehearsals. I think they're, for this particular event, they're kind of a waste of time. But I think that I think that, you know, if you get there on time, we'll be able to get it done. So let's see. At home, help your student complete their Lenten chart. This is one of them that we give out. I try and have a variety of charts or things to fill out that you can choose from. Um, this is one of them, and so helping your child fill out and keep on track for the Lenten season is a really good thing to do at home too. So that's really supportive. Um, you will also be receiving an envelope from me. I say on here the last day of classes. It'll probably be like the second to last because I think the last class is in April, and I think by that time it's going to be full on baseball and soccer and lacrosse. So, just so I could catch you before the end, you'll be getting an envelope that will include these items. We don't do the rehearsals, so you're going to be getting some lessons that if you time it before your child receives, it'll kind of refresh what they've learned in class. They're very simple, they're very easy. You can do it together in a matter of minutes, and it just kind of puts it in the forefront of their mind, and really kind of lets them know what they're going to be doing on that particular day. Um, you in that envelope there will also be a novena. A novena is prayer for 9 days that leading up to their first communion. So all you have to do is start on the day of of your first communion selected date and count back 9 days, and that's when you would start it. Um, just follow along with the reflections and the prayers, and have the whole family get involved. It's pretty nice to make your child the center of the attention for something really nice like their first communion. You can do this at bedtime, dinner time, family prayer time, or whatever quiet time. And your child will feel prepared and special for having come together. So that is also in that envelope. If you feel your child needs additional practice outside of the class, the last few classes, we will be giving them unconsecrated hosts so they can taste the Eucharist. They can figure out, like, maybe they've got a gag reflex. Maybe they don't like the texture of it. Maybe they need more practice. If that's the case, I can give you some additional hosts to practice with at home, and you'll get an envelope very much like this. It'll say 2025 instead of 2021, but the bit on the left there, that is the words that you would use, and the picture shows how you would hold it to practice with your child. So that's a very good resource you can take advantage of if you need it. If you don't, that's fine too. Um, these envelopes, however, cannot be mailed. We can't send the even unconsecrated hosts through the mail. It has to be picked up Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, or Sundays after all masses. I mean, you can certainly pick it up after class or before class, whatever works for you guys. We do have gluten-free hosts which are available, but you just have to let us know. It's not something that we typically keep in the paten, the little dish that Father holds. It has to be requested. The chalice will not be offered at any of the masses. That just has not come back from the pandemic. We just, we tried, but it's not making its way back. So your child will not be offered that during First Communion. The day of, please arrive 20 minutes early so I can review what they can expect during Mass. It's not hard. They all they'll have to do is basically stand up, how to hold their hands, what to do as they're receiving. Everything that those booklets in that envelope that you'll receive tells you is what they will do. This is the ultimate practice that they will get. All First Communion families are seated in the first two rows of the church. So like I said, I can't say it enough, make sure everybody's there on time. Pictures are allowed, as you can tell from this picture. There's like three people taking pictures. All the phones are whipped out. They're fine. We don't have a problem. In fact, I also take pictures because, well, we do post some of them, but what they're really used for is if we have a database and I have a picture of the last 10 years of every child that has received their first communion as proof that they did receive it. We've run into problems from other parishes that they're trying to verify that it did indeed happen, and we've had to send pictures to show that it did happen. So we have it on file as well. Um, let's see. The signs at the end of your assigned pew is also your child's first communion certificate. You'll have two copies of this, one at each end of the pew. They are in, let me see. I don't know if I can. No, it's not in that one. Where that little boy is standing, there is a plastic holder. Maybe you've seen them for the baptisms and that sort of thing. They do hang off the end like that, but they look like that with their full name, and that is the First Communion certificate. It has the date, the time, and the presider of the mass that your child will receive, and you'll have two copies, one at each end of the pew. So you can take the paper copies, but not the plastic holders, please. I can't believe I have to say that, but people have walked off with them. So there's will also be an envelope in the pew for you to take your certificates home, but in that envelope will also contain personalized prayer cards for your child too. So that's always kind of nifty, and you see those there right there in the picture. Um, Priests are available for photos after Mass. You can take them anywhere in the church, anywhere on the grounds of the parish before or after Mass, but you just want to be respectful of those who are praying in the area. Particularly if you have a 10 o'clock mass, oftentimes people go early to kind of sit and meditate, prayer, and pray. So to have the whole family cranking around the church, you just want to kind of play it quieter. The campus should be in full bloom. We will have lots of flowers in and around the church because that is still considered the Easter season, and we maintain that through Pentecost. So, which I think is June 8th this year. But yeah, so there'll be lots of opportunities for pictures uh, as a group, as a family. The gazebo's got we'll have lovely flowers in there, lots of stuff going on outside too. So definitely take advantage. In fact, actually, I will say this. If everybody gets to the church on time, if they're the 20 minutes early, I really like to try and get the kids who are at that mass in a group photo. Particularly in May, the fields outside are absolutely gorgeous with the flowering trees and the flowering fields. So I really like to get the kids out there beforehand to kind of burn a little energy prior to Mass. But we can't do that if we don't have everybody who's supposed to be there. So please, 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 please be on time. So religious education registration for next year. We tried summer CCD for uh during the day this past summer. We've tried it now for 2 summers. It just didn't fly. We couldn't get the adults to teach, and we didn't really get any kids who could go. A lot of people are dual income families, so to try and either get the time off or sacrifice daycare, set daycare for those 2 weeks. It's just not time for it right now. So, but if people are interested in maybe an evening program, that might be really good, a good option for people. If we get a good response, we'll be putting out a survey of sorts in the coming months. And if we get a good enough response, we'll consider putting together a program. We typically like to do that right after school gets out, so we can kind of fit it in before 4th of July, that those last 2 weeks or so, by after school ends. Maybe if people are interested in a vacation Bible school, that's VBS, that might be a great option this summer too. But we kind of need a little commitment from people. We can't, it's too expensive and it's too much time to put it together only to have people go, nah, we're going to do this over here. Which, if that's what you want to do, that's great. But, we kind of like to know that sort of thing ahead of time. If you would consider volunteering for any of these programs that we're thinking about, um, that is something that we're always looking for. If you please consider volunteering with the religious ed department so we can open more offerings and more opportunities. As far as the school year program, we don't anticipate any major changes to the format of the program. Father Hurley thinks we're a pretty well run machine here. We've got good offerings with homeschool, with in-class sessions. There'll be both of those offered, and for all grades and for sacramental requirements. Tuesday evenings will probably change to Wednesday because Father has changed his days off. So adoration and reconciliation have moved to Wednesdays now. And I think that's a good opportunity for both you parents and the kids to have that available to you in a convenient way. If you guys are sitting in your car and you just want to spend a little time with Jesus, get in the church. It's there. There's all sorts of prayer going on. There's benediction. There's evening prayer. It's a pretty peaceful place in there, and it's nice to kind of get your head set on straight. Reconciliation too. Spiritually squeaky clean. Can't go wrong with that. So, but I want everybody to be able to experience that and have it, like I said, in a convenient way. So, let's see. Like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. If I get a spare 5 minutes, I'm going to try and get us on Instagram too. But check on our website to get the most up-to-date information on registration for religious ed and for that sort of thing. The remind texting will remain active until we have all given you guys all the information that we can. We'll keep it through probably mid-May so that we can, remind you of the discount that we generally offer off the tuition by mid May. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact me at that's a wrong email. I will switch that before we got a new domain. I'm still St. Bon CRE, but we're not Verizon.net anymore. I'll change that before I send it out to you guys. Or that email, all that phone number, that's still the same. So all the links are live right now. Does anybody have any questions so far? Is there anything anybody needs to know? No? All right. Well, I think that's it. Um, I can't think of anything else. But you know where I am. I'm here in the office. I generally check emails pretty well, except when I'm on vacation. And then that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for coming out tonight, or tuning in tonight. And that's about it. All right. Thanks,
Thank you very
everybody.
much.
You're very welcome. Have a great night.
Thank you.